Okay, so for our application, we decided to look at something that we use daily, and that's the Michigan app. So the current problems that we have with the Michigan app are it's extremely slow. It's painfully slow actually to load up. The reason being it actually uses a web view and it wraps that all around the actual application. So for instance, if we wanted to use the buses application, we have to go through, click buses, wait for that page to load up, then go through, click buses again, wait for that page to load up, and then we're presented to a page that we can actually see the buses. Now, the thing with this is it's not user friendly. It doesn't really give us much information other than just where the buses are, and it doesn't really help us much because sometimes this information is unreliable. We can, however, select routes and do other things like that, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't work out very well. This also comes when we're trying to use things that are back in the main application, which is kind of difficult to get to once you get to this screen. So what we decided to do was create our own application that pretty much leveraged these APIs to give us a native application that showed us what we wanted to see. So the app consists of two components, a backend and a front end. The backend is entirely rolled by ourselves. We implemented everything about buses and dining, and it pretty much was designed for the use of this application. Now, the reason we had to use our own backend was because we didn't want to have to ping all of UMish's servers constantly from any device that connects to the service. This way, we're able to have a centralized location, we're able to aggregate all of the data, parse it, make it look pretty, and then send it out to the devices. Another thing that we did in the fully documented specification is we implemented WebSockets, which allows us to send a constant stream of data back and forth between the client and the server, allowing the client to have the most up-to-date information.
All right, so now onto the actual app itself. So we started this app just a few days before the actual competition closed. We ended up getting an extension, but keep in mind the app is quite minimal. We focused on the map part, which, as you can see, when you open up, it takes you to the map where you can see all the buses, and you can do the standard things such as selecting routes, which routes you want to see, and click on the buses, see which bus it is. So, but we did add a couple of other features, including we're in the basement right now of a dorm, so we don't get GPS signal, but usually it would pull up the nearest stop. Once you pull up the app, it would pull up the nearest stop near you. So for example, we're in Cousins, so it would pull up Cousins Xena picture. And the cool thing is, when you click on the stop, you can actually see which buses have routes to that stop. And if you click notify me, you can actually, it will pull up a notification letting you know when the next time the bus arrives in, the next time the bus will arrive, which, yeah. So, and then another feature, so we mainly focused on the map, but another thing that we decided to add was the dining halls, something else that we use very often from the actual UMich app. And here you can see all the different dining halls, and you can see their capacities. Right now they're all closed, so they're 0%. And if you click on one of them, you can look at their menus and see what they're having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.